her arms out, looking outward, rejoicing in the freedom of being away from home. The person at the center of this dream, this vortex, looks up at the sky and feels overwhelmed and pleased. She's suspended in midair. She's a lighter version of herself, a care and fervent virgin. She's without fingering her dirty dishes in the sink. She's been shot out of a cannon, and she flies above the square helmeted. The people below turn in slow motion delight at the sight of her overhead. To be afraid of foreign cities, but just the other day I developed a sudden strong urge to travel. Vilnius, Statsburg, the Balkans, where it's always gray. I've been asked to straighten up the map section at the store. It must have been ages since anyone did this, because many of the maps were in the wrong copies, and others weren't on the printout I'd been given. They were mystery maps. They didn't exist as far as the inventory of the store was concerned, yet there they were. I made a pile of mystery maps on the floor. The pile grew quite large as I moved around, checking and rechecking the sheet. I knocked them over, and then instead of repiling them, I fanned them out with the carpet. Playing on the sound system at a discrete level. A violin and banjo duetted. Toward the front I heard the cash register ring, and a blur of thank yous and have a nice days. The store smelled, a faceless smell that matched the recess fluorescent lighting. A smell of vacuum dust and porcelain polish. The mystery maps looked quite curious. Their covers had faded with age, and their folds were worn and white. Their graphics were falsely jovial, and the cards and the pictures on the front were older, out-of-date models. I wondered if these places actually existed anymore. So much has changed in the world. I picked up each map, turned it over, caressed it, sat it back down. I arranged them by color on the carpet, and the arrangement was pleasing to me. Yellowish browns, reddish browns, purplish browns, greenish browns. Then I tried to arrange them geographically, but since most were places I'd never gave me a free song of excitement, as if a flower were opening, and we unexpectedly found ourselves together inside of it, like tiny, pleasant children in a story. With a lacy ivory blouse. Her body had the drumming forward momentum of her age, the early stages of height shrinkage. I hadn't thought warmly of her until now, but as we tried to start out this newly discovered commonality between us, I could imagine us friends. She's owned the business for many years and is widely respected in the community. Perhaps when I get a raise in 6 months, it'll be more than the 50 cents an hour new employees typically command. I've detected an inchoate sadness in her as she knows about the store. It's from spending so much time in the back of a computer, worrying over balance sheets. It can't be easy to run a business. Perhaps I could help her. I really don't belong in retail. There's so much more to offer. A desire to travel. It was nice that we shared an interest in the mouse, but I was slightly stunned at her attention to drifted so quickly from me to them. Yes, I know what you mean. I wanted to stoke the kinship. The conversation seemed like a crucial opening, a glimpse of hope. Perhaps I was doing well in working here after all. I'd taken a large pay cut, and maybe that hadn't been so foolish. I still had a winter bitterness in my throat over my last job. Thank you so much.